Prinzip die 7-Tage-Woche. Werktags wird trainiert, am Samstag gewonnen und am Sonntag gefeiert. Nach dem Thriller von Berlin, also auch heute der Gewinn des DFB Pokals.
Welcome to the final balcony celebration of the season for Bayern Munich. My colleague Dieter Niklas moderating from the balcony in front of thousands of fans at Munich's Marienplatz. The City Hall balcony is where the Bayern players traditionally and the Bayern officials traditionally celebrate their trophies, and last night they managed to collect another, the DFB Cup win, which equaled the double, of course. Bayern Munich with a victory in penalties against Borussia Dortmund in what we can all agree on was the most important match of the domestic football season. And now, of course, we have closure on the era of Pep Guardiola, and now I'm sure all of these people down there and we all here can agree that it was indeed a very, very successful era. Pep Guardiola, 3 years, 3 championships, 2 DFB Cups. Those are the major titles: European Super Cup, World Club Championship as well. The young fellow there on the right has "Thank you, Pep" written over on his chest. And I think that's the sentiment that we can all agree on today. 3 Champions League semi-finals. Of course, that'll always stand in between Pep Guardiola and the ultimate success that he, of course, failed to achieve at Bayern Munich, if you're particularly critical. But never in the history of Bayern Munich has a coach come to the club and in his first 3 seasons won 3 championships and 2 DFB Cups. He's statistically the best Bundesliga coach in the history of the competition. And again, now with this double victory, he added 5 major titles, 7 important titles, counting the international ones, all together to the already vast collection of the club Bayern Munich. And so I think a thank you, Pep, a farewell, Pep, and best wishes for Pep are more than appropriate. These fans have been waiting for quite a while, at least those who are at the front. I know that when these events take place, a lot of fans try to get to Marienplatz, try to get to this City Hall square in time for the Bayern players to arrive. But if you're from Munich, you know you can absolutely forget it. Usually the Marienplatz is all packed and full and basically closed off already hours before the event. Beautiful vista here across the roofs of Munich, the Allianz Arena in the north of town. Now we're zooming in on Munich's City Hall, which will come up at the bottom of your screen. Here it is. Quickly, and if the camera actually moved over to the left and panned out a little bit, we would see the Olympic Stadium, which isn't too far away either. We have heard that the team is on its way. The team landed on time. That was roughly around 10 past 2. The fans are chanting now, "We want to see the Bayern players." It'll probably still be a few minutes' time, and of course, we have the advantage that we can look behind the scenes. We'll see the Bayern bus arrive in the background, so we'll know when the Bayern players arrive before all the fans here on Marienplatz. But let's just enjoy these pictures, these images of a beautiful sunny day in Munich, and of course, most importantly, this selection there in the center of your screen, DFB Cup and Championship. It equals Bayern Munich. Once more, a very successful season for the Munich Reds. Again, let's take in these pictures for a few minutes while we wait for the team to arrive.
Guten Morgen. Ihr seid der Wahnsinn.
So, the voice of Bayern Munich, here he is, Stefan Lehmann, stadium speaker and the moderator for all of these events. He always leads through these kind of events. He's wearing the appropriate t-shirt the double 2016 belongs to. These, ladies and gentlemen, and the Bayern players, 18th DFB Cup, 26th Bundesliga Championship, Bayern Munich soaring at the top of the overall Bundesliga statistics. I don't think that requires much translation. Double winners, Bayern Munich. We saw yesterday that the Bayern team can not only play fantastic football, but also fight.
Sondern man sagt hier auf dem Münchner Marienplatz. Dankeschön. Ich kann euch verraten, denn ich weiß natürlich, ihr wollt die Mannschaft sehen. Ihr wollt...
So, Stefan Lehmann knows what the fans want. They want to see the Bayern players.
Ich kann euch sagen, es dauert noch maximal 10 Minuten. Okay?
So we have a countdown now. Players are only a few minutes away. The official ceremony here on the top of the balcony will start in, let's say, latest 10 minutes. A couple of fans here on the Marienplatz have come directly from the airport. Couple of, obviously lots of fans from Munich. Couple of fans traveling here extra for this event.
So we are going to celebrate here together with the team coming up in a few minutes. Yes, ja, man muss. München ist eine. Wir haben viele Gäste. Seht ihr schon was? Die Kuhglocke. Der Kult. Lass mal, ja, es ist geil.
So Stefan Lehmann, as always, moderating this crowd, welcoming guests from China, guests from all over Germany, from Bavaria, but most importantly, we are waiting for the players to arrive, and Stefan predicts a large group of young men, probably all wearing sunglasses. The game yesterday, of course, took until about 11 p.m. Central European time. Then the trophy was handed over. The players did an honorary lap around the stadium, celebrated with their fans. I shouldn't say honorary lap. They went through half of the stadium where the Bayern fans were located, spent a lot of time there. After that, the entire Bayern group traveled across town for the celebratory midnight traditional cup banquet. So by the time the players actually got to celebrate after having eaten something, it was probably around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when some of the players, of course, decided to be sensible and go to bed, while others apparently didn't. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few sunglasses as well. It was a very short night, but we're only a few minutes away from welcoming the Bayern players here on the balcony. So let's enjoy these last few minutes with some of the Bayern club anthems. So it looks like the Bayern mascot, Bernie, I assume will go out on the balcony and welcome the young Bayern fans here. That usually means that the arrival of the Bayern team is imminent. and we can look forward to welcoming these Bayern players, and of course to say goodbye to a few of them. It's still unclear exactly what will happen. Transfer period, of course, still ahead of us, really, at least the most part of it. And I'm sure the European Championship is going to, as always, change some plans here or there in certain clubs. So far, we've not really even heard any believable rumors concerning the next season yet, but with Renato Sanchez and Hummels, I'd say Bayern haven't had the worst start to the transfer period. Manuel Neuer will be up on the balcony, Tom Starke, Sven Ulreich. As far as we know, nothing's going to change there in that goalkeeping team. In defense, of course, Mats Hummels is new player. That's probably going to change one or two things. Serdar Taski so far only on loan. Yesterday, he won his first DFB Cup after he lost 2 finals with Stuttgart in his career. Previously in midfield, we'll certainly see some changes with the arrival of Renato Sanchez. The arrival of Mats Hummels, just speculating here, could of course also have some consequences for Javi Martinez, who came to Bayern as a holding midfielder and could move up the pitch into that position. We'll see if anything is going to happen in the striking department. But of course, all of these things depend on the new strong man at Bayern Munich when it comes to the football team, Carlo Ancelotti. There will be at the end of June, beginning of July, a big official presentation of the new coach. I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 decisions will have been made up to that point already. I've mentioned this before, and of course you can look on our website for some exact dates and the exact schedule coming up in the summer break for the Bayern players. Of course, the majority of the Bayern players play the European Championships or Copa America. For those that don't, the official beginning of the season will be somewhere around the 4th of July, which has not that much significance in Germany as a date. There's no hidden meaning behind that in this country, but that's the approximate date that's been set for the beginning of the new season. It'll be a while after that before the entire Bayern squad gets back together again. That, of course, all depends on how well the individual players fare with their teams at the European Championships. If you go out in the preliminary round, for instance, at the group stage, then you have a holiday that starts 10 days or 2 weeks earlier than that of a European Championship finalist. So all of that's going to come into play at Bayern Munich. There's no real reason to be worried about that. The club very much used to that kind of a scenario after every World and European Championship. The same problems occur. The preseason isn't really much of a team preseason, but more of a preseason for individual groups. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, by the way, yesterday mentioned in his speech at the DFB Cup banquet how one of the many achievements of Pep Guardiola was to win the championship in such fantastic style with Bayern Munich after the World Championship, something that Bayern Munich had never done before. So after the treble and then the World Championship, Bayern Munich won Bundesliga doubles, won Bundesliga championships at least, collected an amazing amount of points in each and every season. And I dare say I think it might be a while, not to say a long time, before we see any team collect as many points in 4 years' time. We'll see what Bayern Munich under Carlo Ancelotti can add next season, but the point statistics were just absolutely phenomenal, and maybe even a record that might last for generations. You know, just to give you one little idea and one little glimpse of what happened this season, it was the 3rd best season in Bundesliga history. The 2 better seasons that had been played were under Jupp Heynckes and in Pep Guardiola's first year at Bayern Munich. And Dortmund, for instance, finished the league second, not only in the DFB Cup yesterday after penalties, but of course also in the Bundesliga as the best second place team in the history of the competition. That was 10 points less than Bayern Munich had collected after 34 matches. So Bernie the Bear and the Bayern fans have had plenty to celebrate in the era of Pep Guardiola, and there's quite a bit of confidence at Bayern Munich that can continue under Carlo Ancelotti, even if, of course, with Borussia Dortmund under Thomas Tuchel, a very, very strong opponent that is also extremely consistent, has developed and has evolved, which is sure to pose some problems, to ask some questions of Bayern Munich in the next couple of years and seasons. As you saw yesterday, if you watched the cup final, it's never an easy game against Borussia Dortmund. Had to go into penalties again. The last time these two played the DFB Cup, they had to go into extra time. So this is a competitor that's truly worthy of a championship battle with Bayern Munich. Fortunately so, considering how inconsistent, and that's the big problem of the Bundesliga, how inconsistent the top clubs in Germany in the Bundesliga are. Nowadays, the top clubs are Leverkusen, are Wolfsburg, and of course, all of this apart from Dortmund. But those two clubs usually are very, very happy if they qualify for the Champions League. Leverkusen did it this season. Wolfsburg again didn't. The really big clubs in Germany, Stuttgart just went down into the second division. Hamburg's been battling relegation for years now. Cologne are happy to have stayed in the league. Berlin is a story of its own, the biggest, by far biggest city in Germany, not really with much of a football history. And, well, Hertha played a very good season, just failed to qualify for the Champions League, but could certainly, in the long run, evolve into a potential threat for Bayern Munich. But again, the consistency is the issue here. An interesting team coming up from the second division this year is Leipzig, with a lot of money in the background, a lot of sponsorship backing in the background. Same, of course, goes for Leverkusen and Wolfsburg, clubs that are sponsored or owned in part by major companies. These are, on paper, the clubs that maybe have the biggest chances in the next few years to threaten Bayern Munich. But again, if Carlo Ancelotti can get the same amount of points as Pep Guardiola, or even come close to that point tally, then there is nothing to worry about for the Bayern fans. We are only, I assume, 2 or 3 minutes away from the Bayern players coming out into the balcony. At least I'm hoping that's the case after Stefan Lehmann's announcement a few minutes ago. I think in 2 or 3 minutes we should probably see first images of the Bayern players arriving. I'll be back for that. Until then, let's enjoy a little more music and some fan pictures. Speak of the devil, there's some commotion going on within the City Hall. And here they are. As announced, quite a few players, not too many, I suppose, wearing shades, but it is extremely hot, extremely bright. Thomas Müller here, Philipp Lahm, who won his 6th DFB Cup title. Of course, it's farewell for a lot of the coaching staff that we can see here. Mona Nemmer, holding the DFB Cup, is the nutritionist at Bayern Munich. She leaves to Liverpool, as does this man, fitness coach. The two of them going to join Jurgen Klopp in Liverpool. This man also going off to England, to Man City. Let's see if Pep Guardiola today speaks a few words to the crowd after he didn't do that last week when Bayern Munich were already here on the City Hall balcony to celebrate the Bundesliga championship. Some of the fans, you can see on the left side of your screen, there's a screen there, so the fans, I assume, just saw those images and are aware of what's going on. Arturo Vidal, within, 3 months, he's evolved into a squad player, from a squad player into a key player. Here's my colleague Dieter Niklas. Again, this is the surprisingly small room in which the players come together. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge in the background, Karl Hopfner. I can see Arjen Robben here, Stefan Lehmann, the voice of Bayern Munich. Philipp Lahm in the background, Sven Ulreich, Mehdi Benatia, Franck Ribéry again. Here's Philipp Lahm with the trophy. And I think some of the fans you can hear in the background might have caught a glimpse already of Philipp Lahm. Xabi Alonso, cup winner in Spain, cup winner in England, now cup winner in Germany, although he didn't participate in the final yesterday. Quite unlike this man, or these two men, Müller and Lahm, the Bayern icons, the identifying figures. Jerome Boateng was there. Thiago, I'm glad to see that he's still walking. I had the fortune to interview him last night, right after the game, and I asked him if he was tired. He said, "I'm not tired, I'm dead. I can hardly walk anymore," but he was, of course, also extremely happy and proud, as he said, of the team's achievement. As always, a really, as I mentioned earlier, tough game against Borussia Dortmund. Here is Mario Götze, unfortunately unable to play yesterday due to a broken rib. If anyone saw him play the last game of the season against Hanover, where he scored 2 goals and was certainly the most dangerous man on the pitch, then I think we can all agree there's no need to sell Mario Götze, as the entire yellow press basically in Germany is speculating. Here's Sebastian Rode. I think, from what I can tell, most of the players should have arrived by now. A couple stragglers. I wonder if these beer glasses are going to actually be put to use this week. It's a bit of a tradition at Bayern Munich to pour beer over each other on these celebration days. I remember, though, a couple of years back that happened on the balcony and backfired to a certain extent. It's fun in the moment when you're dishing out, not so fun when you're soaked and reeking of white beer. Here it is, a traditional Bavarian beer garden beverage that tastes quite nice. Not so nice when you're drenched in it. So, I think we're ready.
Weiß ich auch ganz genau, dass der Doublesieger 2016 da ist, weil sie da drin stehen. Und jetzt machen wir es.
The double winners are there.
Hier ist der deutsche Fußballmeister und der deutsche
Here they are, the German Bundesliga champions and DFB Cup winners today. Coming out together, Philipp Lahm carrying the Bundesliga trophy, Joshua Kimmich is carrying the DFB Cup. Xabi Alonso, Jerome Boateng, Javi Martinez, Serdar Taski, Kingsley Coman, here Thiago and Lewandowski, who looks like he can do with some sleep. Rafinha, Arturo Vidal, Sebastian Rode, Sven Ulreich, Manuel Neuer, Holger Badstuber behind him, Tom Starke, Juan Bernat. Coaches and officials are going to wait till the end. Here's Kimmich. I interviewed him on the pitch after the game yesterday, and he spoke of an embarrassing penalty. I'm afraid most Bayern fans would agree, but they'll also agree with the rest of Joshua Kimmich's statement, and that was, who cares, we won. That's all that matters, and that's true. Here come the coaching staff. Is Pep Guardiola, Lorenzo Bonaventura, some of the fitness coaches, Holger Broich, for instance, the analysts, Hermann Gerland in the red cap, the club icon, Xabi Alonso again. Cup winner in 3 different countries. What an achievement. This is on top of championships, Champions League victories, 2 of them. And of course, World and European Championships. What a collection of titles. So Stefan Lehmann tells the players to move on through. Here comes the Bayern song. 26 championships, 18 DFB Cups, and what a game these boys showed yesterday. The French players asked to the front of the stage. Thomas Müller enjoying himself. For these players, by the way, the party has to stop today, or tomorrow, I suppose, at the latest, because on Tuesday they're already meeting, most of these players, with their various national teams. The Germans at least meeting on Tuesday already. And of course, the same goes for most of these players. Thiago, Spain, David Alaba for Austria, Kingsley Coman traveling with the French national team, with the home team, of course. The crowd cheering Franck Ribéry here for his performance yesterday. He fought to the very end. I spoke with most of the Bayern players yesterday doing the interviews on the pitch, and Franck Ribéry was exhausted just like everyone else. Really put to the test, really challenged by Borussia Dortmund. Here come the Spanish boys, Javi Martinez, Xabi Alonso, Thiago, of course. Juan Bernat. Seems like we're doing this by country today. Not sure why Manuel Neuer is storming to the front of the stage here. No Spanish passport there, but here are the four Spanish players, of course. What an impact they've made. Juan Bernat, the reliable man on the left back. Thiago in holding midfield with the winning medal. Javi Martinez, the probably strongest man in the air at Bayern Munich in this season in defense, and Xabi Alonso adding so much to Bayern Munich's midfield.
FC Bayern München, steht gerade so schön, steht gerade so praktisch. Und jetzt sage ich euch was, ohne diesen Mann hätte der FC Bayern diesen 26. Meistertitel, auch diesen Pokalsieg, nicht so einfach eingefahren. Er war der Garant dafür. Er hat zum ersten Mal seit Jahrzehnten 30 Bundesliga-Tore geschossen.
So here is the introduction of Robert Lewandowski. First man since the 1976-1977 season to score 30 or more goals in a Bundesliga season. Dieter Müller was the last player to do so, and what an impact he's had at Bayern Munich. He should show us some more of his dance moves maybe during the season. Of course, a record for all eternity. I don't think it's ever going to happen again in a major league. Who knows? This season against Wolfsburg. Came on at half-time, scored 5 goals within 9 minutes. The fastest hat-trick, fastest 4 goals, fastest 5 goals in Bundesliga history. First time that a player who came off the bench scored 5 goals. Just a whole selection there of records. Now the Brazilians, Rafinha and Douglas Costa. Rafinha, another one of those players who Bayern have been able to rely on for years. Douglas Costa, I think quite a few of us were a little surprised yesterday to see him net the final penalty in the shootout against Dortmund, but it's a great shot, and he was in the end the man who scored the winning goal to give Bayern Munich the DFB Cup triumph. Stefan Niemann just repeating that the decisive, the crucial penalty yesterday, he stayed calm. He gave Bayern the win, and now he's running away as quickly as possible.
Ich darf euch eins verraten. Es gab gestern eine Weltpremiere auf der internen Pokalfeier. Und zwar, ihr kennt alle das erfolgreiche Duo Seiler und Speer aus Österreich. Die werden sich jetzt umbenennen, denn die heißen jetzt...
I think this is the introduction for the man on the top, on the left side of your screen, David Alaba. He's one of the entertainers in the Bayern squad. And if you're active on social media, you know that he is our social media icon. This is the song that Alaba tried to sing last week, but no one really knew it apparently here on the Marienplatz. So it was a very short version of the song. David Alaba just extended his contract for many more years. He is certainly another one of those club icons. I think he's 5-time Austrian footballer in succession, sportsman of the year. Let's see what he has to say. So, Stefan asking him how difficult it was to win that DFB Cup.
Ich hab's befürchtet, aber du hast mein vollstes Verständnis.
Alaba needs no words to get the crowd on his side. Really one of the most popular players, not only within the team, but in the club. Really friendly, outgoing guy, very important, not only on the pitch, but quite literally on and off the pitch for Bayern Munich. This is the introduction for, I assume some of the German players. And as Stefan Niemann says, there's no rest for the wicked. The German national team players, I assume Philipp Lahm's going to come on as well. So, Thomas Müller, Manuel Neuer, Jerome Boateng, Philipp as well. He's retired from the German national team, obviously. But here comes the backbone of the Bayern team. Müller, Boateng, Manuel Neuer. Third-time cup winner, once with Schalke, twice with Bayern now. Joshua Kimmich just nominated for the German national team for the first time for a major tournament. And let's just forget about his penalty yesterday, but what a performance that young man showed again in the cup final yesterday. Mario Götze unfortunately out with an injury, but he might play another important role for Germany in the tournament. Philipp Lahm, on the other hand, is going to enjoy a wonderful holiday that he's really looking forward to. I talked to him last week and he said, I can't wait to watch the European Championships from my comfy sofa. So all the best to him for that. Of course, one man still missing there, Holger. One of the, interestingly enough, most celebrated players yesterday by the Bayern fans. Holger and Arjen Robben both injured and unable to play yesterday, but of course they traveled to Berlin with the team, and after the game when the team presented the trophy, there were Holger Badstuber chants going through the entire stadium time and again to support him and his what seems like eternal struggle. So Thomas Müller announces a little surprise involving Rafinha. That usually means singing. Rafinha's already backing away, but it says he can't possibly sing today. And, of course, let's not forget this one thing. Rafinha was introduced as a Brazilian, but he is, in fact, now also holder of a German citizenship. Thomas Müller says hi to Dante on the balcony. This song was made famous after Bayern Munich won the Champions League final, particularly through a little internet video that Dante shot. He was nominated for the Brazilian national team, was unable to play the cup final, so he's not officially, well, of course he's officially a treble winner, but wasn't part of the final. Same went for Luis Gustavo, but he sent from Brazil this little video where he sung this song, which immediately became legend at Bayern Munich. Thomas Müller now announcing Jerome Boateng's new career as a rapper. Best styled football player, according to the Bundesliga fans, and he's showing us some of his beatboxing skills. That's pretty impressive. I'm not sure if he qualifies as the new beatbox world champion yet, but Boateng obviously has a song of his own as well. Couple words now, I assume, from Philipp Lahm. Thomas Müller says Müller and Lahm has prepared something for the fans. More next season, says Thomas Müller, when the Bayern players, let's see if they manage to come back to celebrate here in the balcony as well. A Moroccan song now, requested from Mehdi Benatia.
American party monster. No? Okay. Jetzt quäl dich nicht so, auch er ist deutscher Meister, Pokalsieger, Mehdi Benatia.
Let's hope Benatia can enjoy a better season next year, free of the many injuries that he's had. I think a rock-solid defender. This is Franck Ribéry. A rock-solid defender with really good performances for Bayern Munich when he was fit. Benatia, one of, unfortunately, quite a few players at Bayern Munich who have struggled with injuries in the past. There's Arjen Robben. He has his own song. He is Mr. Wembley. And Arjen Robben actually going through a bit of a tough time in Germany right now. The Dutch national team hilariously failed to qualify for this Euro with 24 participants. And of course, there's a special rivalry between Germany and Holland and the Germans aren't letting Arjen Robben get away from that. They're not letting him forget that the Dutch national team will fail or will not participate in the European Championship. I suppose they can't fail at it then.
Südamerika ist aber groß und hat viele Länder. Eines davon hat auch einen großartigen Fußballer hervorgebracht.
Arturo Vidal already looking less than pleased there. He really is a bit of a shy person when it comes to these kind of events. Arturo Vidal, what a contrast to his performances on the pitch again. Yesterday, a fantastic performance on the pitch, and today, it's his birthday. Biggest birthday party in Germany for Arturo Vidal, and he certainly deserves it. In Germany, it's tradition, Thomas Müller says, for the birthday boy to sing a little song, but he's already disappeared in the background.
Arturo Vidal, heute Geburtstag, aber ihr merkt es natürlich, es war natürlich, ich sag's nochmal, eine kurze Nacht, womit mit Recht, wenn du diesen großartigen Erfolg
Kommentar. Not quite as many games this season as the last, but still a very reliable player for Bayern Munich. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and Pep Guardiola. Let's see what happens now. Christine Strobel, the mayoress of one of the mayoresses of Munich, also responsible for sports in Munich, here on the balcony. And let's see, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, I assume, will address the crowd now and find a few words. So, dear Bayern fans, the Bayern fans created a banner, had a huge banner with pride for club and city. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge says he'd like to thank the city of Munich for this reception. Last week we were here already. This week we're here again. Unfortunately, we're not here next week. We would like to do that, but it wasn't to be. I'd like to use the opportunity to say farewell to a man. Pep Guardiola, join me here. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge says he's a little sad. For 3 years, Pep Guardiola was at Bayern Munich, and there's no doubt it was a very emotional tie between Pep Guardiola and Bayern Munich. Looking back on all the success we enjoyed, there's only one thing left to say. Thank you, Pep, for 3 wonderful years, 3 championships. Two doubles, the UEFA Super Cup, the FIFA Club World Championship, 7 major titles for Bayern Munich. And apart from that, we not only won title, we played fantastic football. It really was great football that we saw here under Pep. And looking at yesterday's game, If you win on penalties by 4-3, it's close and you need to have a little bit of luck. But I think everyone here will agree we deserved to win that DFB Cup yesterday. I'd like to use the opportunity to thank the fans as well. They not only supported the team fantastically, but they also behaved very well. It's not easy in that huge stadium not to light flares, something that Bayern Munich did have a lot of problems with in the past. Thank you for behaving and really being good ambassadors to the sport of football. I'd like to thank Pep, our friend, once more. So I'd like to say goodbye, say farewell to Pep, thank him for these 3 years, for great football, for many titles, and for very exciting times. Pep, all the best in England. We are excited. We will see what you do there. I'd like to say one thing. In December, when he told me that he wanted to enjoy a new experience, he said something to me. He said, I would like to leave Bayern Munich as a friend. And I think today we can all say he leaves us as a great friend. Thank you very much, Pep Guardiola. So Pep wants his staff to join him, his outstanding staff. Today they're apparently not as obedient as usually. It was an incredibly beautiful time. In the name of my family, I'd like to really thank Germany, particularly Munich and the people here. Every day here, everyone at Bayern Munich helped me, supported me. I will miss you all. I will miss all of my players for what they did in the past years. Thank you, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, Uli Hoeneß, and Matthias Sammer. Matthias Sammer was unable to join us in the last few weeks, but I would like to thank you all for this fantastic opportunity for me to be a part and coach this incredible club. I know I never was able to win the most coveted title, and I'm sorry about that, but this club and these players deserve this title. I am sure in the next few years these players and this club will win the Champions League with your support. Thank you, Bayern Munich. Thank you, the fans of Bayern Munich, for your support. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. So what a farewell for Pep Guardiola. I think he found the right words for this last official appearance at Bayern Munich. at least in the next couple of years. Who knows what the future will bring? But as Karl-Heinz Rummenigge said, Pep Guardiola leaves the club, leaves Munich as a great friend. And so you should never say never. So here are some players now. Thiago, Manuel Neuer and Thomas Müller.
Fragen Thiago was, der hat Deutsch gelernt, das ist perfekt.
Er hat Deutsch gelernt, das wissen wir schon.
Ich will einen Strand, Bruder.
Was willst du?
Ich will einen Strand.
An den Strand möchte der junge Mann. Okay.
Thiago says, I want to go to the beach. Manuel, tell us the evening. Tell us what happened.
Ja, wir sind gestern Pokalsieger geworden.
We won the DFB Cup yesterday. We had a good party.
Telekom in Berlin und haben ein tolles Bankett gehabt.
We went to the midnight banquet, then we had a party. We celebrated together, and we're still doing that.
Hast du geschlafen?
I was just thinking the Telekom Cup from the next year. Thank you very much.
Der Telekom nach. Und wir wissen jetzt auch, dass der Thomas ein wunderbarer Sänger ist. Ja?
Wunderbar, mit schlechter Stimme ausgestattet.
Okay, das ist doch.
Thomas Müller,
Macht's gut.
a great singer. Manuel Neuer, Thomas Müller, obviously not quite in the mood for extensive interviews today, but they have been interviewed up and down, left, right, and center in the last few days. I'm certainly at fault as well, personally, for interviewing them like everyone else did and wanted to in the last few days. The Bayern players now, I'd like to say, begin their deserved holiday. And for a few players like Philipp Lahm, like Xabi Alonso, like Franck Ribéry, that is the truth. But the other truth is that the vast majority of the Bayern players will now start preparation for the European Championships. I assume this event is winding down. We will show you the last few pictures. Our moderator is also saying goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this final party, this final celebration of the 2015-2016 season. What a season it was for Bayern Munich. In the end, it's a happy end. The double winners 2016 are Bayern Munich. Few weeks of a holiday for us, the football fans. Then the European Championship starts, and then we're going to go right back into the next season. So thanks for watching. Enjoy a few weeks of peace without football, and goodbye.
Das war wirklich das Maximum, was die Jungs hier noch bieten konnten. Ich fand es super, wirklich ergreifende Worte von Pep. Und bleibt uns nicht viel zu sagen. Schön, dass es euch gibt, das meine ich ehrlich. Und ja, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Saison. Und jetzt drücken wir erstmal Deutschland die Daumen bei der Europameisterschaft. Und danke, macht es gut, bis bald, servus.